Porca with Tomás McCarthy on WLR.
With Hooper Dolan Insurances. For business insurance you can rely on. More info at hooperdolan.ie.
So I'm delighted to welcome into the WLR Virgin Media Broadband Studios in Dungarvan, Donal O'Rourke, who recently stepped down as Waterford camogie manager. And Donal, what's the past week been like since you made the announcement?
I suppose a lot of mixed emotions to us. You'd be disappointed and you'd be fairly heartbroken with many of it. But I suppose, look, it was just had to make up my mind one way or another, and I suppose just ran out of energy, and it was just tough 2 years, and with two small kids at home, it's not easy to be able to commit to 4 to 5 nights a week at a management capacity anyway. There's a lot more to it than actually just coaching on the pitch. But I had to make the decision, and I just felt as if that the team are in a great place, stepping away now, and hopefully that the next man or woman coming in will bring them to another level again.
Yeah, were those family reasons the main turning point in your decision, Donal?
Yeah, I suppose the family reasons to us is a big part of it. There's no doubt about it. Two small kids at home, and you're gone that 4 or 5 nights a week. Whereas if you're just training the team, you don't have to put in as much effort at home. You just have to get your session ready or whatever. But when you're managing, you're constantly on the phone at home, and you might be gone an extra night doing something, and it's just not easy, I suppose. And look, I suppose that was it was an accumulation of a lot of stuff, and just a lack of energy and maybe different vision to, we'll say, maybe going one way and maybe other things like going another way. So look, just decided on this was the best thing for going forward.
Yeah, is it 24/7, Donal, once you commit to an inter-county team?
Yeah, the inter-county management is just phenomenal. I don't think people realise it, what goes into it, and especially when we're there in Waterford camogie, we don't have a home. So you have to organise pitches. You try and give the girls a month ahead in their schedule, and then a pitch might go at 5 o'clock in the evening. And some of the clubs have been fantastic to us, and Medeligo and the Gerlines up west have been unbelievable in my 2 years. And Joey Carton, Grace Dew, Clayboy, whatever. Anytime we ever needed a pitch, Joey was there 100%, and helped us out massively.
Yeah, I suppose once you commit to something like that, Donal, does everything else kind of take second place, and I suppose that kind of drains energy as well.
Yeah, it does, and it's there's no other point. You're either going to do it right or you're not going to do it at all. It's 100%, and it's 24/7, as you said, and it's like trying to get everything in place for them, try and give them the best of the best. And there's a lot in it in inter-county management, I suppose, and you'd have to try and maybe a bit of fundraising as well, and just try and get everything in place as you possibly can. And you're dealing with physios, and we'd have a backroom team of 15, so you'd be in touch with them a couple of times a week before trainings, things like that, to organise what we're going to do in the training tonight and things like that. So, and just making sure everything was in place. But look, I had a brilliant team around us. They were fantastic, and I was honoured to work with them. And
have you received any nice messages, Donal, in the past week?
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people are bemused really that I stepped away, to be honest with you, and a lot of people are saying we're so close after Galway and things like that. And I suppose you have to think of yourself. Unfortunately, for the first time in 2 years, I had to think of myself and my family. It's just the commitment level is crazy, and I'm an hour and 15 minutes away from Waterford City. My wife would just in the door at home and to 2 kids, and I'd be gone straight away. And it's not easy, and you got a load of messages. I'm very grateful for all them to us. The support that Waterford camogie got in the past 2 years is phenomenal, and the amount of goodwill out there just unbelievable. And for this group, just a fantastic group, and they represented Waterford so well in the 2 years we were there. I couldn't have speak highly enough of them. Yeah, and you mentioned earlier there, Donal, that the players are always top priority in your setup, and you said that oftentimes that these players have been the best group that you've worked with. Can you kind of give us a sense of the commitment that they've given over the past 2 years? Yeah, I suppose, Tomas, we laid out a plan for them when we went in there after 2 years, and the first time we met up with them was in Carriganore 2 years ago, and we outlined where we wanted to go with the team and what we wanted to do. The girls didn't know what to take. They didn't know anything about any of us, and we said that we just wanted to lift it as high as we could in our 2 years, and nothing short of 100% commitment was going to suffice. And the girls, we got programs in place, we got our gym set up for them, and we improved them, and there was 4 nights a week. We do a ball alley session in the middle of the championship. We'll say that 6 weeks up to the championship we were going 4 or 5 nights a week. They were constantly monitored fitness wise, was their fitness coming on, and the work that they put into us is just phenomenal. They were an absolute unbelievable bunch, and they just really, really bought into it, and Do you know, I was so proud of them. They gave everything they had this year. Like, there was so much thrown at them in that 8-week period. They had 7 games in that week period. They did the abandonment game against Tipperary. Did the game being called off when Trish was away overseas. Do you know, there was just so much thrown at them, and they just came out and they just really gave everything they had, and they were so proud to represent Waterford. And probably one of the most what made me so proud of them after the quarter final of Galway to us was the Tuesday night that the whole group met up and went down to Tramore for a meal together. You know, 3 nights after it, and just when I heard about that, then it was just kind of, you know, they are some group and they're in some position going forward.
Yeah, it was really clear the bond that you had, Donal. It was always seemed to be a very kind of enjoyable kind of environment anytime I went down to train, whether it was in De La Salle or at the WT Arena. Yeah,
just look, the culture and the environment there was just, you know, it was top notch for them, and you know, they were so happy in training. You know, they'd always have to crack. They'd come to training. We mightn't be trained till 7:30, Tomas, and they'd be out at 7 o'clock. You've seen it yourself. We made sure that they'd be ready to go for 7:30, and you know what, they always had to do their own, come out, practice their frees, their sidelines, whatever it may be, their work. But they'd meet up at 6 o'clock in the evening. They'd be inside there. Welsh Park couldn't be open early enough for them. They were a very, very tight group, and they're an unbelievable group, and you know, we'll miss them, I suppose.
Yeah, when you watched the rest of the championship play out, Donal, did you feel that you could have gone further, considering how he performed against Galway, going 5 points up in that quarter final?
Yeah, definitely, Tomas. You know, I'd fancied this all year, to be honest with you. We were missing a good few players during the league due to the Galtier girls and a few injuries, and the Munster Championship against Tip didn't go our way, but we blooded a lot of girls in that game, and we were really gearing towards June 15th. We thought it was the big game in the group, and we were in a commanding position that day. And looking at the way the championship went, yeah, I definitely thought that, you know, Galway were the one team that could withstand the intensity that we brought. I felt as if Kilkenny, they would have got such a shock. Cork would have got such a shock. We knew what we had in the locker coming, and we had planned that we wanted to take out one of the top teams this year. And the girls just prepared so well for that game. Do you know, we were 51 minutes, we were level, we were 5 points up at half time. We had a couple of goal scoring opportunities in the second half, and Colin Murray's gone on record as saying that if one of them went in, you know, that probably would have been the end of Galway season. But look, unlucky for us it didn't go in, and lucky for them it didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be taking up a coaching role with Aaron's Owen in Cork next season, Donal. Can you explain the Cork connection to our listeners who maybe wouldn't be overly familiar with it?
Yes, taking up the coaching role in Cork with Aaron's Owen. Looking forward to that, training the team starting next year. You know, it's a big opportunity. It's something I'm looking forward to. I suppose just going back in coaching, Tomas, and you know, I wouldn't have been able to do as much of it with the camogie. You know, I wasn't. You know, we had brilliant coaches with us as well, and I wasn't able to do as much as I would have wanted to do with them. Got in a fair bit of it. You know, there's no doubt about it. And but just that full time in Cork now with Aaron's Own, I'm really looking forward to that. And you know, I suppose I was with Aaron's Own 2 years ago. Pat Carney was the main coach up there. Pat done a brilliant job, got him to the final. I was with the goalkeeper Shea Bone, and you know, so I have been there before. I know the players are familiar. The Glen beat us in the county final 2 years ago, and so Aaron's Own were in touch with me kind of middle way through the summer this year, and I said, look, I'd more than likely be staying with the camogie, you know. And just, I suppose, when I sat down with my wife and my family, just kind of said, right, look, okay, we just maybe the 5 nights a week inter-county management is probably just that too much, whereas the real passion to be able to go out onto the pitch and just get your session ready and not having to be dealing with you know, with fundraising, county boards, etc., you know, organising this, organising that. You're just focused on the coaching as such. Yeah, just really focused on the coaching, Tomas, and that's just the big draw. And look, coaching, I love it since I'm very young, even in Cappoquin, you know. I suppose from being down the field with Mick Lacey from a young lad, and just suppose learning from him the whole way up. I was very close to Mickey, and just we spent hours upon hours on the pitch with him and learning from him and hearing stories about Waterford and his teams in 1959. So coaching has always been a big draw for me, and look, I've been lucky enough to be in plenty of dressing rooms with fantastic coaches like from Bertie Og Murphy and Mick Lacey is phenomenal coach, Pat Ryan, Davy Fitz, you know, so Gerald McCarthy, very, very lucky to have picked up plenty of stuff along the way from them, and really looking forward to Darren's own opportunity now. Yeah, and we wish you all the very best of luck with that, Donal. I suppose I can't leave a go at asking about the All-Star nominations that were revealed this week. 4 for Waterford again this year: Lorraine Bray, Anya Ling, Niamh Rockett and Beth Carton. I suppose Beth picked up one last year, Donal. She might pick up one again. Do you think there'll be one or maybe a couple of awards coming back to Waterford this time? Yeah, 4 nominated, Tomas. I suppose a bit surprised we only had 4 nominated, to be quite honest with you. When you saw other counties, Tipperary, the good few nominated. Thought Oral Hickey, Sean O'Connor probably unlucky. Iona Heffernan, to mention a few. Brianna and goal had a great season. We could have had plenty more. The girls that are nominated, I'd be very surprised if Beth didn't get one. I'd be really, really shocked. I mean, phenomenal player. Her commitment is just, she's the best player I've ever been involved with, to be perfectly honest with you. As a player or as a coach, she's phenomenal. Her dedication, every ball in training, it's 100%. Be very, very surprised. She's the top scorer in the championship by a distance. Her accuracy is unbelievable. So I'd be very confident that she get one. I think Lorraine Bray, if it's done right, to be perfectly honest with you, will get an All-Star. She's been the best defender in the championship by a distance. I suppose she's wrapped up a lot of players. Caught Devan, Niamh Mulcahy, some of the best players in the country.
Niamh Kilkenny as well.
Kilkenny, exactly, in the All-Ireland quarter-final. she's and Niamh Kilkenny will probably get the Player of the Year and probably deserves the Player of the Year. She's been fantastic for Galway. So to me, Lorraine should definitely get an All-Star. But I'm not picking the All-Stars. Anya really came good for us at the back end of the season. She went into wing forward for us and she was very, very good. Her 2 best games were against Cork and Galway. Niamh Rockett has been just a phenomenal leader, there in the 2 years, a phenomenal captain, a phenomenal person, and she really had a great start to the season. In the 7 games in 8 weeks maybe caught up with her a little bit at the end, but her form when she was really, really fresh and when the team were really fresh was very, very good. And that form hopefully could get her over the line for the All-Star. But I don't think we'll get 4 of them. But we'd be happy if we got a couple of them more. We'd be very happy with that.
Certainly would. Well, Donal, it's been an absolute pleasure to deal with you over the past 2 seasons. Thanks very much for dropping in today and for your honesty, and wish you all the best in Erin's Own in Cork.
Thanks very much, Tomas. Thanks for everything.